What up, YouTube? It's your boy GGJ Fly Guy back again. My last video, I realized when I did the unboxing, I said I was going to do a review on the Atomic BZ. Well, here's that video. Not so much a review, is more of a product showcase. A couple people expressed interest in this car, and I wanted to give you guys a good look, close-up look at the car. Also help you understand when I say closer to what we already run. You'll see. Let's get to it. I'm gonna take the body shell off, the Saints truck body shell, and you guys can see this thing is pretty amazing, especially for the size and how they got everything that you're normally used to in a 1/10 scale RC down to this size. Let's get this off so you can take a look at it and see. There's the car. I'm going to get in close so you guys can see, because a lot of this stuff is really tiny. If you can see right here, the Atomic. This is a 5500 kV brushless motor. That's probably no bigger than a thimble, maybe, if you can see that. Let's see. That's a AAA battery, which not a good comparison, but this thing is tiny. I mean, when I say a tiny brushless motor, it is a tiny brushless motor, 5500 kV. Now they have these things all the way up to, I've seen one as high as 12,000 kV. I don't think I'll be running one of those. I am planning on upgrading it later on, but I don't think I'll be running at 12,000. I've had my eye on a couple, a 10,000 one and maybe a 9500, but we'll see with that. Just a quick look around. Let's see if we can tilt it up here. You can see the belt drive system in there. Probably a better look from this side. You can see the belt drive system in there. The spur gear and the pinion gear. Atop here is the brushless ESC for this thing. It says CTM, but it's designed by Hobbywing. This is the metal case one. The car actually came with a plastic case one, but not really sure. Plugged it up, got everything set up, and it heated up, and it died. So I ended up ordering another one, and this is the replacement for it. It's since been set up and everything, and it runs pretty good. So that's the ESC. It on-off switch here. The battery connection here for the battery, and atop here you can connect to adjust the settings. You can use the Hobbywing programming card to adjust the settings on it. The connection to the receiver right here, and then let's flip around here so you can see the receiver on this thing. Tiny little FHSS receiver. Now I said I was going to try to bind my Futaba with it. Haven't tried that just yet, but I will here later. I do know that they also make a small receiver like this that does work with the Horizon Hobby brand, the Horizon Hobby brand radios, Spectrum. They do make a Spectrum tiny receiver. It's not in a case. It's just a receiver board with the connections on it. I've seen a few guys that run these things that have those. It does save some space. And then I'm gonna try to get down here and close so you can see the little tiny servo under there. It's a little tiny micro servo. Almost reminds me of the servo you see in like airplanes, small airplanes, RC airplanes. Front shocks on there, and it does have suspension travel, as you can see. Let's go to the rear of this thing. This thing is tiny. Here we go. Rear suspension travel. I do plan on upgrading the rear springs on this too also. Just off a recommendation, one of the guys who has one recommended. But anyway, that's this thing in a nutshell. Front bumper. I wanted to, let's see if we can get something for size comparison so you guys can see exactly just how small this thing is. Let's see. That's probably not a good size comparison. Well, the box that I use to set it on while I'm working is probably a good thing. That's my X-Acto knife box, which is actually longer than this car, by quite a bit. Anyway, we just dropped that. It's longer than this car by quite a bit. And actually, I took some pictures, and I may post them later on my Facebook page. But this thing is about the size of my phone, actually, lengthwise. And I have a Apple iPhone 6 Plus. So it's about 5.5 inches long, or it's about as long as my phone, which could actually fit in your pocket. Anyway, that's an overview of the car. Another quick spin around it so you guys can see suspension, body mounts, and all that. And then actually the front bumper and body mounts were extra. I had to actually order that. The car came with just the kit itself, and then you actually have to order the front bumper. And no, actually that actually came with it. You can order it extra for the AMG, the shaft drive one. It actually comes with the mounts for the Kyosho Mini Z bodies, but you can order the bumper, foam bumper, and all that, and the body mounts for the Lexan bodies. Anyway, take a good look at it. This thing is tiny. Like I said, only about 5 inches long, but it's more, like I said, more of what I'm used to running, the way it's set up and the way it's designed. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Let's stick it in my hand so you can actually get a really good comparison. That's it. Let's get the phone adjusted. In the palm of my hand, which is still smaller than the palm of my hand. Yeah, it's real tiny, but pretty amazing when you watch them run. Like I said, there are plenty of videos out there on them. Guys running them on the RCP tracks. Guys running them in home built tracks, and there's some pretty amazing tracks that have been built to race these and the Kyosho Mini Zs. Anyway, that's what we got. Just a quick overview of it. Not really a review. Once I'm able to get it on the track and run it, I've got it trimmed out, and I've got all the setup, my initial setup done. Like I said, I'm just waiting to get the track, and then once I can get it on the track and actually run it, then I'll come back and give maybe a little mini review on it. But anyway, that's the Atomic BZ belt drive all-wheel drive RC car. Pretty much what most of us are used to running. Anyway, rate, comment, subscribe. It's your boy GGJ Fly Guy. We're signing out.